Hello and welcome back to Project Titan, the Redacted files is development. In today's development log, I'm going to go through enemy development as that has been largely neglected due to how complex enemies can be for a game like this. As someone who cannot program at all, my main idea is to make every enemy as simple as possible. However, if I did that, the game wouldn't be at all fun. As a quick disclaimer, this is going to be another two-part video, one now to introduce some of the enemy types, and the other as both an update video and to showcase more enemies. I would show them now, but they need a lot more time to get them ready to show. Since this is a sci-fi, largely taking inspiration from Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil, and Blade Runner, cool robots were very appealing to me, and if I made them drones with simplistic animation, I can reuse them across different models with different parameters, creating a lot of variety from one enemy type. Unfortunately, I don't have much footage of creating most of the drones, as the original two designs that I did were back when I wasn't making voice development logs like these, so I can only show you the artwork and model renders for a majority of them. The first drone. I had this design pretty set on from the beginning. I wanted one flying type and one grounded type, which would instantly give good variety on its own. However, this quickly became boring. I eventually designed an extra 5 models to give a tremendous amount of variety. This one was designed to be a small, common, flying type enemy that aims at you, charges its weapon, and fires once with a short cooldown, giving players the ability to flee, position themselves, or just fire. A simple enemy that should be easy to defeat. The second drone. This is the second design I did. Again, I thought of this one pretty quickly. As the drones share the same brain, they do the same attack, but with different visual, sounds, and timings. This one happens to be my favorite design, as I really like tanks like this. Slight side note, yes, there are definitely retextures of everything to give, again, more variety. The third drone. This is a variant of the one prior. Nothing big to say, except it's supposed to be a big, beefier tank so it will do more damage. The fourth drone. Drone 5. I thought it best to make something a bit more traditional, as I could then actually experiment with making a missile that hits the player and goes boom, dealing a lot of damage. Drone 6. Finally, the last drone for now. This one took the longest to design and think of, as whilst I'm not exactly making a horror game, I wanted a drone that could intimidate the player, something big, something that I could put in a room and make the player feel a bit uneasy about it being there. Thematically, the drone seems to have been made using old world technology from centuries ago, taking old corpses of drones and mechs and combining them with new technology to create a very big, almost bombastic drone. These next segments showcase some work in progress footage of how enemies will be handled. Any advice, criticism, or help would be lovely, and I'll explain each clip so you understand what it is. First clip is to showcase the enemy's work and the new area a little bit. second clip is that same room but from a different perspective, so you can see how it's all working and how they move. Well, that's all for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this devlog. Remember, this is part 1. Part 2 will be whenever I have something ready, so I can't really say when it will be done. I'm not exactly a fast worker, I'm afraid. If you enjoyed, please check out my Ko-fi and my social media pages so you can get updates on the game and maybe support its development. Alright, see ya.